can I kick it? Even with a sprain, pain, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain, can I kick it? Things ain't been the same, things have changed, can I kick it? People acting different, so I asked, can I? Before I went live, they ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive that could do what I does. Wait, need a light here just to catch my buzz. Need Sprite here just to catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Denver Broncos.
Mike Badgley to kick off for the Chargers.
Certainly the game of the weekend, maybe the game of the year, the battle of the unbeatens as we get underway. And you combine a big leg with a mile. High air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a carry for the former first-round pick of the Chargers. It's Melvin Gordon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. On the counter, here's Gordon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Drew Tranquill. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12. at the 34-yard line.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Now he's forced out left. This is intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw that, right away, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet, so they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. KJ Hamler, the intended receiver, and now it's third down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. KJ Hamler with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. On second down, here's Herbert. And his throw is incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, and it's a laser, headed for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing now is Locke. And it It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Robert Foster, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On the option, Locke will keep it. A pitch back. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A gain of 13, it's a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw. His throw incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there, but it'll be second down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Locke off a play action. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Watch the shift. Watch squeeze. Get in there. Watch safety 3. Watch safety.
Shotgun snap to Locke, escaping the pressure right. He's got his big tight end, Fant. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
6 yards left on second down. Now Locke again. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Shift, man. Protect the back. Dog. Shift. Watch the end. Back.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Flushed out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, L.A.
Herbert's pass.
Keenan Allen, an even 90 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10.
49 the mark. Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up. Seam 6. March 49.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll find Lindsay here. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Locke. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Fielded just outside the goal line. A nice little juke. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
On play action, Locke. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and that takes us from second to third down. Now Locke. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Again, they'll throw with Locke. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On second down, it's Lindsay. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt, and this one is right down Broadway. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Ball carrier.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Herbert's throw going to be caught by Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Michael O.J. Mudia with the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
At the 46-yard line.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. A field goal gets them closer, but they say no thanks. We want the lead. They snap it to Herbert. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Broncos will take over on downs.
The turnover on downs.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
At the 40-yard line.
It's our time. It's our time. 49 to Mike. 149. Drop deep, drop deep.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
They fake the handoff. Now Locke. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Clock now on 1st down. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Clock will try again on second down. To Gordon, out left. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Locke looks to throw it again. On the move to his left. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And McManus able to put it through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
The Charger drive about to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he's going to find a man, Keenan Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A pickup of 24, and that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. On 1st down, it's Herbert. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. And with that, the lead is up to 8.
makes the score Chargers 21, Broncos 13.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
At the 23-yard line.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
They'll take over.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen.
Pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
That is caught inside the 5. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 2nd catch for them today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. I have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, and that'll bring up second down. Throwing again. Lock. He'll rifle this one deep right. He's got a man. Complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 51 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Lock on target there to Fant, the tight end. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man and try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because...
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And picked up by the Chargers. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. 30, 20, 10, and he takes it back to the house. It's a fumble recovery and a Charger touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
And the lead is up to 18 now. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Badgley now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The former third-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the lumber that time. Another try after the first down sack. Lock. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 13, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm coming after you. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Watch the slants.
Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw. It got his man complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Robert Foster, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead.
Point conversion.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, Those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now here's Johnson. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It's a big one there for the Chargers, 51 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. From the 2 now, second and goal. It's Eckler again, and he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Chargers 45. Broncos 21.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's all.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They look to throw. It's locked. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. KJ Hamler, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They're running it. Check.
Lock again here on second and 10. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team, because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team And let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
A gain of
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he stopped immediately there. On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 20.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On third down, here's Eckler. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt.
36-yard attempt.
Badgley able to punch this one through. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chargers, they're into the win column for the 3rd time this year as they get the victory here. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the